Inheritance is when a class receives the members of another class. It allows us to extend a class, then reuse the code. We create a generic class and specialized class. The generic class defines the common traits that will be inherited by a specialized class. In Java, the inherited class is called a superclass, also known as parent class. The special class, which receives an inheritance, is called a subclass, also known as child class. Hi, my name is Rex, and I share automation and programming knowledge. In this video and the next few videos, I am going to share knowledge on Java programming. If you're looking to learn or refresh your knowledge, then connect with me on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and GitHub. You can download the code and each transcript from GitHub. With object-oriented programming, inheritance is known for representing an is-a relationship. For example, an employee is a person, so the employee class can be a child class of the person class. In the same way, a student is a person, and student can be a child class of the person class. With this hierarchy, the person class is the parent of two child classes, employee and student. The child classes can become a parent to other classes. When it comes to sharing data, both child classes and each grandchild inherits from the person parent class. Let's say the person class has a variable called a name and a method called getName. From left to right, the employee, student, manager, team lead, graduate, and undergraduate classes inherit those same members from the person class. In Eclipse, we are going to write two variables for the person class: private string name and private string date of birth. Next, let's add the getter and setter methods by right-clicking, source, generate getters and setters. Expand both checkboxes. Eclipse will automatically add these four getter and setter methods. Check date of birth and the name. Then click OK. We have all four methods. Next is the student child class. The purpose of inheritance is to reuse code by extending a class. Therefore, student extends the person class. The keyword extends produces an inheritance relationship between student and person. If I click Control Space, we see all of the methods from the person class. The student class inherited get date of birth, get name, set date of birth, and set name. Notice we do not see the private variables name and date of birth. They cannot be seen or accessed by the child class. Inheriting a class does not overrule the access restriction for private properties. Private properties are not visible by outside classes. One of the benefits of inheritance is the public properties of a parent class can be shared by all child classes. After receiving the public properties, a child class can add its own unique members. Now, we're not concerned about creating a variable and method for name or date of birth in the student class. This helps the student class focus on specialized variables, and methods that are only used by a student. For example, we can write private int student ID and private string class name. The student ID and class name are special to the student class. Generate the methods again by right-clicking, source, generate getters and setters. Check both boxes and click OK. We have our methods. We have our parent class and child class. The next class, test inheritance, will access both classes. We create a person by writing person equal new person. A student is created by writing student equal new student. The person object dot has access to all four methods defined in the person class. Let's select get name from the person class. The student object dot has access to all 8 methods, which are defined in the person class and student class. Let's also select get name. Do you see how we have access to get name? That's why we are not concerned about the variable being private, because the data can still be accessed through a getter method. How about both methods from the student class? Student dot get student ID and student dot get class name. This is a perfect example of inheritance where the child class receives members from a parent class. Next, we will take a look at polymorphism.